outside of the MBTI, which gave me that result, I'm thinking.
Okay. It's a good profile, Andrew. Don't worry, it's a good profile. I mean, all of...
It's a good profile, Andrew. Don't worry, it's a good profile. 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 Profile.
all of them are good. They're all very...
All of them are good. They are all very different.
And it's nice to hear about different people's...
It's nice to hear about different people's...
I don't know how they are and their different personalities.
How they are and their different personalities.
But I like the one about schedules.
But I like the one about schedules.
Being organized and...
Being organized. Being organized.
Planning, because I am so like that.
Planning, because I'm so like that.
Love a plan.
I love a plan.
Whether I stick to the plan...
Whether I stick to plan...
That can be... That's up for debate, but
That's up for debate. I love a plan, whether whether I stick to whether I stick to the plan that can be. That's up for debate. That's debate. That's up for debate. 논쟁거리? 논쟁거리다. That's up for debate. 논쟁거리? That's up for debate. That's up for debate. But I love a plan.
love a plan. I love a schedule.
I love a schedule. I love a plan.
One big thing for me is regarding planning is...
One big thing for me. Oh. 중요한 거? Regarding planning is regarding is 이게 같은 글이신 것 같다.
Like traveling or going anywhere, I need to know the plan. I need
I need to know the plan.
to know where I'm going.
I need to know where I'm going.
I need to know what time the train is.
I need to know what time the train is.
I need to know where the train's
I need to know where the train's
dropping me off or
dropping me off or
going into.
going into.
I just, those type of things, I'm kind of obsessive about that. So
Those type of things, I'm kind of obsessive about that. I am obsessive about that. I'm obsessive about that. Obsessive.
we're on the same wavelength with the planning stuff.
We're on the same wavelength with the planning stuff. On the same wavelength. 생각이 많다. 통하는 것 같다. 코드가 맞다. 괜찮다. 코드가 맞다. 뜻이 서로 통한다. 무슨 뜻이야? We are on the same wavelength. 이거는 그래서 거기에 대해서 코드가 맞는 것 같아. 서로 통하는 것 같아. 말이 통하는 것 같아. 생각이 맞는 것 같아.
That's so interesting because when it comes to traveling,
That's so interesting because when it comes to traveling, 여행에 관해서는 I'm with you.
I'm with you on the I want to know where my train is leaving at.
I'm with you on the I'm with you on 같은 의견이다. 동의한다. 그런 말이구나. I'm with you on the. I want to know where my train is leaving at.
What train platform at what time?
What train from at
I'm all of
what time?
those things. I'm with you on the same page.
I'm with you on the same page. I'm with you on the same page. 같은 생각이다. 나도 그렇다.
But that example of traveling is interesting because
That example of traveling is interesting because
I kind of like traveling with no plans.
I kind of like traveling with no plans. The example of traveling is kind of like traveling with no plans. 계획없는 여행을 좋아한다. Traveling with no plans.
Having a kind of chaotic
Chaotic.
travel where I don't know exactly what's going on.
Having a kind of chaotic. 그러네, chaotic이네. chaotic. 알 수 없나? 혼잡한 거. chaotic traveling. chaotic. 부절수한 상태. 엉망이. 혼란스러워. 어수선한?
I don't do too much planning when I travel.
I don't do too much planning when I travel. 계속 많이 세우지 않아.
Of course, when I'm going from point A to point B, I like to make sure that's organized, but
Of course, when I'm going from point A to point B, then I like to make sure 확실한 게 좋지. That's organized. But
I never make like a daily itinerary or something.
I never make like a daily itinerary. Daily itinerary. Very.
Thing like being at what train platform at what time, all of those things, I'm with you on the same page. But that example of traveling is interesting because I kind of like traveling with no plans, having a kind of chaotic travel where I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't do too much planning when I travel. Of course, when I'm going from point A to point B, I like to make sure that's organized, but I'd never make like a daily itinerary or something like
itinerary. Itinerary or something like.
in the morning we're going to the museum, and then in the evening we're going to this restaurant.
And then in the evening we're going to this little restaurant.
I'd rather just kind of walk around.
I'd rather just kind of walk around. I'd rather. What? I'd rather just kind of walk around.
Find some interesting things. And let life happen to me rather than plan things out.
Okay.
Let life happen to me rather than plan things out. Let life happen to me. Okay. Rather than plan things out.
which has caused some arguments with past travel companions.
Which has caused some arguments with past travel companions. Companions. Companions.
To be honest, but it's my travel style.
It's my travel style.
It's your travel style.
It's your travel style.
Travel style. I mean, I don't have like an itinerary of each.
Itinerary. Itinerary.
Day, but I have to say that when I'm like traveling, I mean
I have to say that when I'm traveling, I mean
transport, like
I mean the transport. Transport.
the idea of I know some people who are like, yeah, I'll just get to the airport like half
I just got to the airport.
an hour before,
Half an hour before.
and I'm sort of like shaking,
that's
시간 반 전에. I just got to.
stresses me out.
That stressed me out. Stress me out. That stresses me out.
Stresses me out. So yeah, I'm definitely a planner.
That just stress me out. That stresses me out.
I like scheduling.
I like scheduling
And things like that. I agree with my profile more or less.
I agree with my profile.
I said before.
More or less, as I said before. More or less.
One thing I really like about the profile is the inner world.
Inner world.
So this is one thing.
This is one thing
that it comes out a lot. That
it comes out a lot that
have a very rich inner world.
I have a very rich inner world. So this is one thing that it comes out. That is one thing that it comes out. It that it comes out. Comes out a lot that I have a very rich inner world.
Maybe some of the listeners are like this as well, but I feel
Maybe some of the listeners are like this as well. But I feel
like there's a part of me that
there's a part of me
nobody will know, not even
nobody will know. There's a part of me that nobody will know.
a partner, my
Not even a partner.
family, my best friend. There's like always a little part of me
There's like always a little part of me
that is like just for me.
that is like just for me.
It's really hard to describe.
It's really hard to describe. It's really hard to describe.
I'm always thinking about things in my head. Like
I'm always thinking about things in my head.
whenever I'm doing anything, I'm always
Like whenever I'm doing anything, I always thinking
about X, Y, Z. I
X,
don't know,
Y,
whatever.
Z.
So
I don't know, whatever. So
I have a very rich inner world
So I have a very rich inner world.
that is kind of just for, it's like a secret
It is kind of just for,
world.
it's like a secret word.
It's really hard to describe, but that
It's really hard to describe. Really hard to describe.
that's one of the things that stands out for me in
One of the things that stands out for me. Stand out for me. Stand out for me. Stand out.
in that profile that really rings true.
Really rings true. Rings true. True. 진짜 저처럼 들리다. 진짜 같다. 그러면은 ring pulse.
when I think about my personality and what I'm
personality,
like.
Yeah, that's interesting. I remember those kinds of questions coming up on the personality test, asking me about
personality. Yeah, that's interesting. I remember those kind of questions coming up on the personality test.
imagination and inner world.
Tell me about imagination. Imagination and inner world.
And that kind of thing. And it was a little bit difficult for me to answer them just because I don't have a standard.
I don't have a standard.
It's hard to answer the question like, are you a very imaginative person?
It's hard to answer the question like, are you a very imaginative person? Imaginative. Imaginative person.
Like, I imagine, yeah, but am I more imaginative than you?
But am I more imaginative than you? Imaginative than you? Than you?
I have no idea, right? I don't know where that
right?
standard is, how to compare. So
I don't know where that standard is, so
those questions were really
so those questions were
difficult for me to answer, but I guess maybe that indicates something, right? If you
I guess maybe that indicates something, right?
know very innately, like, yeah, I'm a
if you know very neatly, 선천적으로. innately. innate. 타고난 선천적인 인본이랑 똑같아. 인본 그런 단어가 있구나.
Really imaginative person. I have this world to myself that I feel like is my own.
I'm a really imaginative person. I have this world to myself that I feel like is my own.
Then you could really easily answer that question and
Then you could really easily answer that question, and because
I guess I don't, then maybe that tells me something about my level of imagination.
Imagination.